That made me mad. This it.
Hey Mark, how you doing? What's up, Mark the Traveler? What's going on with you? I subscribed to your new channel today, by the way. I left you a comment, so you probably saw it, but if you didn't, I subscribed to your other channel earlier today.
Hey, Mark.
So, looking forward to whatever you have planned for that channel. Trying to support other people just like people support us. Oh, okay, all right. Well, how's it going today? Got any plans for Easter? Why did I come over your house? I'll bring a cake.
Tomorrow?
Who all gonna be there?
What Marcel gonna say?
What'd he say?
Yo, you do get charged sleeping on that stuff.
What?
Yeah, man.
He said what?
So we gonna tell everybody that we ain't doing that now. I was like, that
You crazy. Oh, you don't celebrate holidays? Oh, my bad. I didn't know.
Oh, sorry.
You might have told me before, but I could have just forgot. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, are you like Jehovah Witness or something, or you just don't celebrate holidays? Like you didn't grow up celebrating them, or you just grew up and decided you didn't want to celebrate them. So let me know the tea, child. Because I know a lot of people don't celebrate, because of their religion or something.
Buddhist.
Oh, Buddhist. Okay. I got you. But yeah, I know I knew friends who were Jehovah's Witnesses and they didn't celebrate and stuff. But my one friend, Chris, when she got older, she started celebrating with her kids. And her mom didn't approve of it. But she was like, I'm grown now. She still went to the temple and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But, certain holidays she would have them celebrate. But,
to
each his own. To each his own.
That's what I said. I never play with nobody in their religion.
Right.
I tried not to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And as I got older and I knew to, to inquire about it or whatever, but I just figure, we all got it's us and just do what's best for you.
Yeah, I just try not to offend nobody with their preferences and everything. But tonight we were just trying to discuss he switched his channel. I'm up here like, hold up, why his picture looks different? You hopped off one channel and logged into your other channel. I'm up here like, hold up, who's this person that just popped on? That's still Mark. But yeah, as you can see with the title of the video, the title of our live tonight, it is called "How Much is Too Much When It Comes to Supporting Family or Friends." So that's what we're going to be discussing tonight when it comes to like family, friends, children, especially grown children. How much is too much when it comes to supporting family and friends. And the reason why I chose this topic for this video this week was because when I was at work last weekend, it was last weekend, I happened to walk past a couple of ladies. It was like 3 ladies And they were just having some chit chat. You know how you be at work and you just chit chatting and stuff. And they were talking about their kids. And one of the ladies was saying how she had let her son move back home. And the other lady was kind of giving her a lot of grief because of the fact she was like, yeah, I let my son move back home. And, you know, right now I'm helping, you know, take care of him or helping him with his stuff until he, you know, gets on his feet and whoop, whoop, whoop. And the other lady was like, I mean, she was going in. Like, she was making it, she was acting like the lady just told her that she's been taking care of her grown kid for like the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And all he do is sit around the house holding himself and playing video games, you know, or running in and out of her house, being disrespectful and whatnot. She was like, that's how you spoil kids. When they gone, they gone. You don't supposed to be letting them keep coming back home and woo 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 woo. And I didn't say nothing. I just walked past because it was a heated conversation. I stayed out of it. I stayed out of it. Hey, Mama Sislo. Mama Sislo said, hey, my sisters, how are you guys doing?
Hey, how you doing?
We are doing wonderful. Thanks for tuning in tonight, Mama Sislo. We were just talking about how somebody that I work with was telling another lady, you know, just in, you know, chit chatter at work, saying that she had let her son move back in and how she was helping, you know, helping him support him until he get on his feet, get a job or whatnot. And that lady, the other lady was going off. That's why these black boys are spoiled. That's why we always enabling them and we always did it. And the lady was like, my son been out for a while and he needed to come back home. You telling me I should have told my son that he can't come back home? And the lady said, that's what I would have told my son. You better find. I'm just walking past. I'm just watching and listening. And then I just bust out laughing because I'm thinking like, okay, my son is 22, the oldest one, and he still live at home. And if I would have told her that, that lady probably would have tore me a new you know what, because she was going in on that other coworker of ours. And granted, my son works full time. He goes to college. He helps around the house. He helps me, you know, with transportation needs for my other son, you know, and things like that. But I'm sure if I would have told her, my 22-year-old still stayed at the house, she probably would have went ham and eggs. How you feel about that?
Well, my son is 29 and he still living home with me, but I don't see that he living. I see it as us living together because we split, basically we split everything, and some stuff more my son will pay or whatever. But I think that, like I told him, at any time that he wants to, I want him to. You know, it's his choice that he's still there with me. Not there because he thinks that I can't make it, because I can, you know. But I think that if my son, either one of us, I have a 20-year-old son too, and he moved out before he graduated from high school. But if he needed to come back with girlfriend and baby, because he said she's gonna be his wife, and he waiting, but she's not his wife yet. But if they needed to come back as a family, regardless of where we at and who we living and how we living, if I'm living there, my kids is gonna live there. You know, I teach my kids to, even if you stay in a weekend at somebody's house, pitch in and do something. Don't just be at somebody's house and not do nothing. You know, help clean, bring food if you can or something. Don't think because, you know, you there, even when we go out of town, you know, you go to the grocery store, you get items, even if they have toilet paper, tissue, or whatever, things you know that you're going to use that they still going to need once you gone. And I always try to leave like a gift for whoever host, I guess it would call host you or whatever while you there. Most of the time people that I go visit, they always say, they want you to, they ask for you to come, or we make arrangements for me to come back if they can't come here. But anyway, I think that it'd be a much easier way, even if it was your son, your daughter, brother, sister, whoever. I think it's easier if we step up and help each other, but don't get in somebody's house trying to live off them. Your goal should be, if I come and stay with so-and-so for a while, let me still, even if, contribute to the household, but also put money up as well as if they want to go out, eat, still buy. I mean, I know people still need things. Still, people, if you're a shopper, you want to shop still, but don't live with nobody and not contribute to the household, not saving for your own household soon, because like they said, too many grown-ups can't live in the same house, and I believe in that. That's true.
Especially
to me.
Women. Especially women.
Yes, I've seen all of that as a kid, and even in my younger years as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
People always say, "Oh yeah, you can live with me. Come on." And then it doesn't matter if the person come live with whoever, if they have kids, or if they don't have kids. But sometimes it's if you do have children and you go live with somebody else with children, make sure those kids, they don't have to be buddies, and you can have a kidney type relationship, but make sure they get along.
Mm-hmm.
If they years are together or apart.
Yeah.
I see so much. And when you leave, just leave. You don't have to call the police and we fighting and then the kids into it. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're living together and it's during school and you do have school age kids, they go to school together, especially if you're using the same address. Make it easy on everybody and just leave. Just leave.
Yeah, because a lot of people, like, when I titled the video, How Much Is Too Much, when it comes to supporting family and friends, not just letting, deciding if you want to let your child move back home or, but like we was talking earlier, how I remember times when I was younger, and I remember times when I allowed people to come move in with me. People who didn't have nowhere to go, they lost their job, they got put out where they was, they broke up from their boyfriend, had to move, all kind of different scenarios. And I would say, okay. And they would always say, it'll only be a couple of weeks. It'll only be a month. It'll only be, till I get my next few paychecks or whatnot. And then it would go from, like, one thing I don't like, okay. I done done my share. I think I have done my fair share of letting people live with me. Not anytime in the recent years, but when I was a younger adult, even when I didn't have much, we might have been just living off of ramen noodles, hot dogs, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but I'm like, I just felt compelled because there was times in my life when I needed someone to let me in. Because I left home before I graduated high school, and I really didn't have nowhere to go, no money, no nothing. I had friends whose parents would let me live with them. I had my godparents sometimes would let me live with them. I would stay, wherever I could till I got on my feet, which took maybe, I don't know, probably a year or so after graduating high school, because I even though I left home in the middle of high school, before I graduated, no matter where I lived, no matter where I laid my head that night, I always had my schoolwork. I had my book bag. I had my pencils and pens. I went to school every single day and graduated on time in like the top 30 percentile of my class. So I didn't just drop out of school or nothing like that. Right. But I helped out. Like, one time, I remember the first person who I lived with, her mother, she didn't even think twice. When she was like, Mom, Tanya, she needs somewhere to stay. She can't go home. For whatever the reason was, I couldn't go home. Mm-hmm. And come to find out, I didn't realize how big her family was. They was deep. And they had a small house. They all shared, like, all the girls shared a bedroom. It was like, oh my God. I think she has 3 sisters, and she got 3 brothers, and then her mom. It was like, we was like nine deep up in that house, and we all was sharing bunk beds and stuff. But it was like, her mom, she said, all I want you to do is just get a job somewhere like McDonald's, Burger King, and just pay, just pay what you can pay to help out around the house. And I did that willingly. Mm-hmm. And then I stayed with somebody else, and their family. We was deep, like 4 or 5 girls in a king size bed. Everywhere I stayed, it was, and that's why I say I felt compelled when I finally got my own place and started living by myself, I felt compelled when people needed a place to stay, because people let me stay with them when they didn't even have much. We eating like beans and cornbread all the time, or spaghetti, and just meals that stretch.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it'd be the same thing every week, and I would like help out. I would get a job at McDonald's, and I'd be like, here, I buy this, buy tissue, buy soap, buy I always helped out wherever I was. I never just was a moocher. That's just never
that's
been
what
me.
I'm talking about. Said she done. And I don't blame you, because one thing I say is, if you let somebody stay with you, and then when they leave, that's probably the perfect world that I'm thinking of, which, but what I think is, if somebody open their house up to anybody, when you leave, just go. And I know that's not often that it can happen that way, but when it can, make it the best out of it as you can, and just don't talk out of that person's house. Things might have went on, or something might have.
If they get into it or something.
Well, like, I know people that have lived with other people, and when they leave, they come to you and they say, "Oh, when I was living with such and such, they partied every night and they did this."
Telling you like they business. Okay.
Yeah, don't leave what they say. What happened in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, what happens in that person's house stays in that person's house. I feel you.
But then they're afraid to face you or face that person or whatever, because you want to, like, if somebody living with this person A, living with person A or whatever, how you want to say it, when they leave and they may go live with person B, then they leave there, they go to person C. Okay, now A know about B and C, but that don't leave them to open up the door to go over and tell D now that you need somewhere else to live. Don't do a person like that. If I go and live with somebody, God say the same that I don't have to, and I thank God for where I do, God, but I'm going to ask him to, don't let me be the one that I don't want to do that to nobody.
Right.
Because for one, a nice attitude, if I ever let anybody, when I get a position, and if I can, and I let somebody come live with me, I don't normally, I'll let you come there for free. I'll give you 2 or 3 months.
Because you want them to save up and move out. But a lot of people don't do that. You be like, save up and move out,
that's
so
what
you
I'm
can
saying.
hurry up and get in, get out, get your deposit, your lights, your gas, have money for a moving truck, all that stuff. But some people take advantage of you. They move in and they be out there, okay, we might be like not really tight on money, maybe not poor, but we have like a budget. We might go out once a week or on paydays or, something like that. Then you got somebody who move in with you and you be like, okay, you can stay here for a month or so, but you got to save up your money. Don't pay me nothing. Just take your money and save it up. And what they do?
They go out, they eat, or they go. They got somebody that they probably already asked if they can live with, and that person gave them a lie, or some people bold up the flat out give you a no. But this is my thing here, and I've seen this too. They'll go over and ask this person over here, can I live with, I need a place to stay for a little while. Ooh, this person may not either say no, or they give them a lie. So they come to you, you be like, oh yeah, you can stay here. I'm going to give you a month, 3 months or whatever. You don't have to pay me nothing. Just, take your paychecks, get yourself together. And I understand if you go out to eat or do something, or even at the time they may need a new pair of shoes in there that they want to get.
But they always shopping and flossing and coming home with bags of new clothes every week. They hair and nails and everything else is dead, but they ain't saving up no money.
And then they over the person that told them no house, kicking it. And then I ain't necessarily talking about with alcohol, but they go over there buying food and doing everything. When they come to your house, they coming home with the Burger King cup or the Charleston's cup, wherever they went to that day. But at your house, they just don't have
nothing for you, but they steadily eating up your food.
Oh yeah,
using your hot water, using your air and heat.
You ever had somebody come tell you? I be like, okay. And it took God to work on me because I used to be that type of person that, what? People would be like, yeah, such and such stand with me. Let me tell you. And I'd be like, oh, what they say? 10 toes, all in their business. I'd be like, what? They ate the, I had this and we had that. And I came back home and I had bought some leftovers from my mama's and it was in the refrigerator and I knew I was going to go in and eat that. I came home and the container or the paper plate on the counter and I just said, I know that ain't my, I know that if you open the refrigerator, they in there sleeping, then you want to, that's a, I have heard a story, or when people live with you, they got a baby. Oh, I heard a horror story about somebody let somebody, you know, when we all get out of high school, we still in that, oh, my sister, my bestie, my this, my that. Bestie and the baby come live with you.
Yes, you can call in, Mark.
You don't want to talk to the bestie or the baby no more after that. Because Pampers is the one that get you put out somebody else.
You and your baby got to go.
when they say, throw the Pampers outside when you leave and you get the smell of something in your house, smell like it's dead.
Yep, Mark, you can call in. Is he? Hold on, let me turn the phone up.
Well, I needed to be quiet. I'm just like.
Okay, yep, go ahead and call in. But yeah,
I think though, cause you know, I know we all did that. I ain't gonna say we all know, but I remember saying, "Oh, we're gonna live together, we friends."
When we grow, oh my God, me and my cousin used to say that all the time. Hey, Mark. I thought I heard him.
Push that in, tiny. Right here, baby.
Oh.
And the other one, see where that is. There
Oh, oops. You calling in, Mark? Hold on. Hello? Why it sound like I heard something? Is the speaker on? Hold up, is the theme turned on? Yep, it's on.
Man, the one time we had to, he said he'd call in another time.
Okay. But yeah, if y'all want to call in and tell some stories about, you know, this topic, please feel free. Whether you're telling a story of somebody helping you out, or telling a story of you helping somebody else out, or telling a story how you try to help somebody out and they did you dirty, or, you know, anything that got to do with supporting family or friends, or, you know, something good about it, something bad about it, you know, feel free to call in and tell us your story. That's basically what our channel is about, just interacting with people who have been through similar situations with us, especially if you grew up in the hood, and that's why the show is called The Hood Table, because both of us grew up in the hood.
So that, and ain't ashamed.
Ain't ashamed of it at all. Our
Valley High on the website.
Our banner on our YouTube channel is one of the projects where that both of us are really, really familiar with. Hey, Mark. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Hi,
Mark.
Hi.
It's me and Samantha. What you got going for us today?
Hi, Samantha. How are you?
Good and you? Thank you.
I'm good.
So what's up? What's going on with you, Mark?
So I just kind of wanted to call in to kind of add my little 2 cents worth to the topic of discussion.
Okay, go ahead.
So I recently had someone who I'm a good friend with, who I recently stayed in my apartment for maybe a month or so, and I didn't have any problems, none whatsoever, from one of my good close friends. He paid me rent. I didn't ask for it. He offered to pay me rent.
That's what I'm
He
talking about.
Good, yeah.
With food in the house.
That's
he
my
helped,
type of
pay
roommate.
some of my bills. He helped me with my light bill. I didn't ask or anything. And you know, I didn't have this problem, like, you know, unfortunately.
That's really good. That's the
That's
kind
good.
of roommates that
That's what I'm
everybody
talking
likes.
about.
Yes.
Yeah, so I didn't have that problem from my friend, because my friend is a very responsible person. Yeah, and just he was here for a month, got his own apartment, and you know that's that. I mean, I didn't have any problem.
Well, that's good. Hey, Miss Hogg. Miss Hogg just tuned in. Hey, lady. She says she can't stay long, just stopping by for support. Thank you for stopping by and showing us some support. Thank you. We really appreciate that. And Mark, that is exactly the kind of person that anybody would love to have as a roommate. That's the kind of person who could stay with me if they ever needed to again in the future. Because that's what we be talking about. Like,
It's positive ones that do it, and there's negative ones. But I'm glad to hear your positive story. And just like I was going to say, so I'm glad you did call in, that it's not always that it comes out bad. That's why I always say, you know, God gives us all a different, like, we all got different personalities. You know, so everything, you know, if you do have to go live with somebody or they have to come live with you, whatever, I think that it's good that if you can get along, but also, like, most of the times, be able to also talk and come to, you know, like, if something is not what you think it should be, or if they doing something, or if they feel like you're doing something, even though, like, when people live in your house, you know, you want them to be comfortable too. You know, come to me and say, you know, I work mornings where they may work nights. And, you know, when they sleeping, you probably up. But let me know, you know, and by me opening my door to you, it's not your home.
Right,
but
as long as you, like, show, like, hey, I want to do something to help you, to show you my appreciation.
And that's it, appreciation.
Or whatever like that. That's it. And that's the kind of person that I am. Like, God forbid, when I move to Fort Lauderdale next year, which I will be doing, I've been going down there and looking at different neighborhoods and stuff like that.
So God bless.
If I have to go live with one of my relatives, I'm going to offer to pay rent.
Exactly. That's like the least
that's just
you
a
can do.
courtesy.
And even if it's just...
That's a courtesy.
It ain't,
that's to show your appreciation.
Right. Because you want people to not... I mean, you already... Like, some people might say, oh, you're no burden, you're no burden, you're no burden. But, technically speaking, the more people in your house, the more money you got to kick out of your own pocket. So, if you're, like, staying with somebody, say you don't have a job, and you're staying with somebody, but you don't have a job right now. I know people who have, and I didn't have this happen to me, where they come and move in my house or somebody else's, and they don't have a job, but they're not trying to do anything around the house, not trying to wash the dishes while you're at work, not trying to take out the trash, not trying to do anything. No. Like, you got to make people feel like it's worth it.
I wouldn't do that if I had to come, if I needed to move in with somebody. I was like, no, I will do the dishes, I will cook,
something.
I will do whatever I can to, hey, show my appreciation.
Right.
You didn't have to do that.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying that, like, people can't go and have friends that they,
but
do
something, like, show your appreciation.
Yeah.
Whatever you can do.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I do agree with that.
Like $20 to the house.
Right, even if it's something. $20 here, $10 here.
Like, here's $20 for the house.
Right. And I know it was a certain situation I can recall of where somebody has said they didn't need to clean up anything because they're not hardly there. But they was always there at night. They was always there when it was time to wash their butt after they ran the streets all day. They was there eating. They was there sleeping, but they're not, because they don't be there all the time during the day. All the time during the day. I'm not at home all the time during the day. I got a job.
We'd like to be, but we can't.
Excuse it, though.
I still got to do chores.
You're not wanting to do anything for that household that you're staying in that's not yours. That doesn't excuse it.
Exactly.
You know what?
Regardless if you're there day or night, you're still living in that person's household.
Yep.
You need to contribute and do something.
Yep.
I remember.
I don't care what it is.
You right
you
about
need
that.
Help. Like even that person said, "Oh, you're not burnt. Don't worry about it." Just give them some money anyway.
Yep, do something because you know what?
Don't burn your bridges. Don't burn your bridges because you never know when you might need something again.
You never know. Yep.
You
never know.
Yep. But yeah, your roommate, kudos to him.
For real.
Because that's the kind of roommate. I had tried doing the roommate thing for so many years, from the time of like 20 to, I want to say maybe 20 to 26, 27-ish. Mm-hmm. That's when I was like, it's not working out. It don't matter. I'm cleaning up after grown women. I mean, I'm like paying all the bills. Like, oh no, Mark. One time I stayed with a whole bunch of ladies, and I swear everything was all good. We got along and everything, but it hurted every time somebody like lost a job or something. And then that's when the arguments would come because everybody be like, "Well, who gonna pay her portion? Or who gonna pay her portion?" And nobody wanted to pay anybody's portion, so our bills would get super, super high. And then everybody like, well, I ain't paying. I'm moving out. I'm moving. So it's like,
dang.
It's like, okay,
that wasn't it. I think everybody should have.
Everybody should have pitched in,
right, made it
for that person's portion.
Yeah.
But nobody would. It wasn't like a mutual agreement. So it's like, okay, if this person don't want to pitch in, then that leaves just the rest of us to pitch in for. It was a mess. It was a mess, and it was like after that, I was like, I can't do it. Nope.
That's why when I be around people, when they be like, people discuss it, and you can almost feel when somebody got something on their mind about trying, they need somewhere to move. It's just something in you. And one thing I used to tell people, I said, if you go on this, people, they know, sometimes people know who to go back to or something, even if however it went down. But anyway, they'll come and you'll be like, don't discuss it. Be in your right mind, both of whoever, or however. When you want to know if you can live with someone or they want to know if they can live with you, know exactly what, that way because a lot of problem is people just say, oh yeah, you can come and live here, or oh my, yeah, I'll take you back and forth to work. But nobody comes up, is it guidelines, rules or whatever, or like, they'll be like, well, I only can pay this much, oh don't worry about it until, I'll take you so you can save money for your car. But it's not that you being greedy or whatever. I think that people in the beginning, and it's okay, but then like you say, well, I've been giving so-and-so a ride maybe about 2 months, or they've been here 2 months and they ain't at least offered, but you forget, especially if it's over cocktails or something, you forget, you just told this person, oh no, come on, it's fine. But they don't forget, but you might seem to forget, or like Tanya said, somebody may lose a job.
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought I heard somebody else come on.
Yeah. I'm here. A friend of mine sent me a message on Messenger, and I was reading it.
Oh, okay.
I was like, wait a minute, because I get to talking. But I have seen a lot, and I thank God that when I left home, I didn't have to go back, and I didn't have to go to nobody's house. But if ever I could help, I help some kind of way. I don't mind helping, but I don't want to get beat. Yep. I don't want to feel like nobody's fool. But let me tell y'all this story about one time when I was working at this cleaning company, and the girl I was working on the floor, she came one night, she was pissed. But one of the things she told me about I'm just going to say a person that she let became a roommate. It was about dishes. And you know, you only could walk past dishes for so long before you just
they
snap
start
out.
irritating you. Yeah.
So she was like, I'm not washing them dishes if they there when I get home, but it was a whole bunch of choice words with it. So the next night she came to work, she said that the person told her, oh, I wash dishes. So she was like, oh, okay, cool. So she came back to work on Sunday. Matter of fact, it was a Sunday morning. I was like, oh, this is Sunday, you know. That language, I was just laughing. I was trying to make her laugh. But she said that the person that was staying with her, if they used a cup, they washed the cup out. They used a fork. They only washed the fork out if they used a plate. So it could be 10 more plates or whatever they didn't use, they didn't use. And what the straw, she said, broke the camel's back is when the person used a skillet to make an egg sandwich. She said that was it. They had to go. I was like, so sometimes when I was thinking about when I was cooking eggs, I was like, eggs get a person put out.
Yeah, if they ain't washing their dishes.
That's crazy.
I hate that, but yeah.
But I didn't get why this person would only if you making a sink of water. But then she said no, it wasn't a sink. It was like if she used a fork, took some dish liquid, dropped soap on it, and just washed the fork off.
Oh, so they washed off their own individual.
Whatever they used, that was it. It wasn't like, I don't care if it was all these other, whatever. I'm not making a sink of water. I don't want to wash this. I'm just gonna wash what I messed up. I
see what you're saying.
You got to roll with that one.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for calling in, Mark. We appreciate hearing. See, that's what I told people. I said, call in with your good stories. Call in with your bad stories. About,
I know it's good
supporting people or being supported. So, because a lot of people. Go ahead.
Just quickly, I just wanted to say really quickly, like I'm starting my new talk show channel on Monday, and I'm gonna do like a pilot episode on Monday.
Cool.
Just kind of explaining about what my talk show is gonna be about, and I got some really good stuff that's gonna be coming up, and I'm working with a couple of people. I'm working with one guy from Australia.
Oh, okay.
To be on my show.
Okay.
I'm working with another lady who I have a connection with through Sweet Ma. I'm
love Sweet
talking
Ma.
to her, and I'm hoping to get Miss Gina on the panel. So,
that'd be
and
cool.
a few more other people.
That'd be good. I will tune in. You said Monday.
They have like a Google Hangout, like kind of like guest panel thing.
I never used Google Hangout. I'm kind of scared to try it. It just looks so complicated. I don't know why. It just looks so complicated.
Yeah, I got it. I'm trying to figure it out too, and I'm just gonna use that like as a guest panel, and like you know how talk shows used to do it back in the day when they have guests, like have a guest panel of people on the stage, and it's gonna kind of be something like that, and it's gonna be like a syndicated like talk show.
Okay, that's cool. I will definitely tune in. Yeah. I already hit your bell, so I connected to you over there earlier today when I saw the link. I was like, okay, let me subscribe to that.
Yeah, so I'm just in the works right now. I'm talking to the Australian gentleman, and I'm talking to the young lady who I connected through Sweet Ma, and I'm talking to them, and a few more other people going to hopefully be on board. I hope again to get Ms. Gina on board, and it's going to be like a panel, and it's going to be like a really good discussion about like YouTube content creating and things like that, and more of the stuff in the batch with that into regards about YouTube content creating.
Yeah. Okay. I got
That's
you.
going to be the focus of discussion.
I got you. I'll be in. You said it's going to be the first one's going to be Monday night.
Yeah, it's going to be a promo. A pilot for me to explain to talk about what my talk show channel is going to be about, and then probably in the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna do an official episode, and it's gonna be like a syndicated talk show,
Okay.
like about an hour long.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. That sounds good. Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Well, I'll be there to support.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Miss Gina will too. You know, she's really supportive.
Yes. Yeah, she's very supportive. And again, like I said, I just hope I can get her in the panel because it will be a really good panel to have her. And I'm thinking about getting Lady Nika. Lady Nika supports me, and like I said, I already have the two other people confirmed, and they're definitely on board to do it.
Okay,
so
cool.
I'm hoping to get more people on board to do it, to have like a panel so we can discuss about YouTube content stuff and then the ups and downs.
That
and
sounds good.
Yeah, the ups and downs and ins and outs.
People, telling us their stories about YouTube and how they were affected. If they would have got into it with somebody.
Yeah, like the beefs and
for
stuff.
them to explain their stories and stuff like that. And the reason why I'm doing this because I want to do it because I want to have like a cultural exchange thing to kind of talk about how other sectors of YouTubers, how they deal with if they have a falling out with a certain YouTuber and how they went about it. And like I said, for them to share their stories about what happened to them when they had these falling out.
Oh, okay. So
and
like the people
what transpired when all that stuff happened to them.
So you're talking about the people who like had beefs and stuff with people, or were dragged possibly?
I'm sorry.
You talking about like people who had beefs or maybe been dragged or things like that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And have a discussion about that, and just about the pros and cons and things like that, and just have a discussion about people who were dragged and things like that. And this Australian gentleman, he had an opinion about a certain YouTuber that we both followed at one point, who did a story about a dead shark, okay? And it's a long story. It was a dead shark in this tank, and like these are like urban explorer people. One of them was urban explorer people, not the gentleman that's going to be on my TV. He does regular commentary on his channel from Australia. But this was another gentleman from Australia who he had a YouTube ship with. He had an opinion about the guy who did content about this dead shark and people who broke in he went to go visit the place, and then people found out where the place was, and they went and vandalized the place.
Oh, wow.
Because he was showing it around and giving it its location.
Oh,
and so I guess he got a lot of heat from it. And so the Australian guy that's going to be on my channel, he reached out to him behind the scenes about this and gave him his opinion about it, and the guy didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
So they fell out.
Oh.
Over the opinion that the guy who's going to be a guest on my channel, they fell out over because the other guy didn't like his opinion.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they fell out, but they kind of did it off screen. But the guy who's going to be on my channel, he addressed the situation about what happened between him.
Oh, wow.
Or between them when he gave his opinion. So, and when that falling out situation was it was different, and then it wasn't no dragging and all that other stuff, like they were going on, he was going to go and drag, and he addressed the issue, but he didn't go. They didn't do all his dragon videos and stuff like that. And I'm gonna have him as a guest because, you know, for him to share his story and for him to share how he went about dealing with that situation.
Oh, well, shoot, you might have a lot of guests on that show because there's a lot of people.
I want to have, yes, I want to have the black sector of YouTube to kind of explain, like, how it was, unfortunately, what they, with the black YouTube sector when they had a falling out or whatever with certain people and how that transpired with them. And it was quite serious.
Yeah. That's going to be
interesting. It led to doxing and all that other stuff, and I want for them to share that story and have it as a panel discussion and get it from different points of view.
Yep, I got you. Well, again, I will be there supporting you. Sure will.
So I just wanted to kind of explain. That's going to be like one of the first episodes, and then I'm going to do another episode about bullying. And I got a very close friend of mine that I'm going to have on my talk show.
Okay, yeah, that'll be. I would like to enjoy watch. Can't wait to see that one as well. Yeah, but I will be there.
Yeah, because we need this. I was saying this on Gina's channel last night. We need something like this. We need this.
Yeah, we sure do.
Because it's got to stop.
Yep, you're right. Like I always say, everybody.
And I think by having this Australian YouTuber on as a panel on the guest to explain his story, I think this would be kind of like a cultural exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people think it only happens to a certain. Like a lot of people think it only happens in our sector, and it's not true.
But it's on as a panel.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that'd be a good show, and hopefully you get a good, awesome turnout too for your first show.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will let you go and let you continue your discussion. I'm sorry, I just wanted to come and share.
Oh no, you're fine. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye. That was.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, that is Mark the Traveler, y'all. For y'all who just tuned in, Mark the Traveler. He has a great travel channel, so make sure y'all check him out. And also, he has a new channel that he just started. Just started. And he's in there under his new channel as, where is it? Mark the Traveling Talker. So make sure you hit him up on both of his channels.
Okay, I will too.
Hello? Oh, hold up. Oops. Did I unplug the speaker? Hello? Hello? Oh, okay. I don't know. Sometimes this thing makes weird noises when somebody's on the line. I can't tell when they're on the line. Okay. So, okay, nobody's on the line. But yes, his he first came in tonight on his main channel, which is, if you scroll up and look at all the people who's been commenting, his main channel is Mark the Traveler. And so make sure you guys connect with that one. And then he came in again under his new channel name. Under that is called Mark the Traveling Talker. So make sure you guys connect with both of his channels. He was just giving us a little explanation of Mark the Traveling Talker. And basically it's going to be a show, a panel with different guests on it. We're going to be
I like that.
On Google, what is it called? Google Hangouts. He's going to have different people on there, guest speakers and everything, and discussing things that go on YouTube, like the beefs, people getting dragging, people getting doxing, all kind of stuff like that. So, yeah, everybody make sure they connect with Mark. And hey, Kicking It with Cheryl, I saw you call in. I typed in the comment because Mark was talking to us, so I didn't want to, interrupt him to speak to you. But thanks for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate everybody who's turned out tonight for our talk and our discussion. Again, if anybody wants to call in, feel free. The number is listed on the video description, the call-in number and the pin. And I'll also repaste it again here in the chat so that you guys have the phone number and the PIN number 605-475-4075. Pin number 75335. It's like, how much is too much when it comes to supporting family friends? Have you ever been burnt by a friend? Things like that. Let us know if you had a good experience. Let us know if you had a bad experience helping out a family member or a friend. Now, you want to say something?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I wanted to just, I don't know how to, well, I'm just going to start. But one thing I wanted to know about, like, being supportive towards family, friends, or even a stranger. Sometimes you find yourself as being the person that needs the support. Okay, I can understand that because sometimes that I have been in that position. But one of the things I wanted to say is, okay, like, if you ever dealt with something and then, like, you might have somebody there and you can go to them and you can talk with them about it because they may be going through it, not necessarily with you, but they may be going through it or they may have went through it. So you go to them, but then it comes to somewhere where, like they say, you can't let nothing consume your time and your day all the time like that. So I went through a little thing a while back, and I'm not going to turn this into a religious thing, but one thing I had to tell myself is, while I'm talking and think, and going through something, what I was going through, I had just one time I asked God about myself, and one thing I said is, from now on, not just saying that it always be you as a person, but sometimes we so easy to say, oh, poor me, and they picking on me, and this, and that. So one of the things that came to me, and I want to say that I believe that it wasn't nothing but God opening up me as I asked him to take a look at yourself. And sometimes, not saying people don't do things or say stuff to you, but sometimes you got to basically check yourself. Mm-hmm. And if it feels better, like it felt better for me to let stuff go, not that you letting people get away with things or nothing like that, but sometimes you got to let go. And you really honestly got to let go. And if God ever tell you, or you ever feel like it's something from him, or just you get this relief about something, you say, I'm going to leave this alone, I'm going to let this go, do it.
Right.
Because just like if you drink alcohol, if you eat food every day and overdo it or whatever, that's the same way as like always feeling down or dumpy or want others to feel that way about you. Don't let that be nobody, Mm-hmm. And it's okay to be there for people, but also it's okay to have people there for you. But sometimes when you yourself know it's a line, like dealing with weight. A lot of people nowadays, I see more people than ever into their fitness, and that's good. But that's one of the things that you got to know to do on your own and for yourself. You can't make nobody do nothing, and you can't have things the way that you want it. But also, be an adult is what I had to tell myself. Everything ain't always, it's not always targeted towards you, I guess is what I'm saying. So when you support somebody, support them from the heart. And when you can't do it, or you don't know what to do or know what to say, and you just can't even listen to it no more, then you gotta let go. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't mean that person don't want to be friends, you don't love them, or you want to cut them off as your family member. It's just easier to, sometimes you gotta take steps back and look at things, I guess.
Yeah, and I know I hear a lot how people say, if you can't, like, if when people need help or ask you for help, and no matter how much it is, I know a lot of people say, if you can't afford to give it, then don't give it. Because sometimes people loan somebody something or loan them some money for whatever amount, and people be like, Well, if you're going to complain about them not paying you back or something like that, you shouldn't have even gave it to them because obviously, but it's like, it's a two-way street on that because sometimes you probably can't afford to give somebody something because you might be living paycheck to paycheck, you know, but like the saying goes, you know how many times you ever seen that question on Facebook or something? People say, would you give somebody your last dollar? And everybody always says, yes. Everybody,
what is your last
yes,
dollar?
My last dollar, get my last dollar. People will be like, yes. But honestly, seriously, if I came up to you and said, can I have all the money in your purse right now?
You gonna be mad?
Okay, see what I'm saying? Like, people say that. People say that, but everybody does not really mean that. Everybody doesn't. You give somebody your last, all the money that you have. Like, when you say last dollar, sometimes people take it as, I have $1 left. So would I give it to somebody? Of course, if you got a single dollar, what the hell you gonna do with a single dollar? Go buy I mean, you can't even buy candy with a single dollar unless you go to the discount store like Family Dollar. Or if you go to Walmart with $1 and try to buy some candy, and all the Snickers now cost like $1.60. I mean, what you gonna do with $1? But that's not really what the question means. The question means, would you give away the money that you have to somebody else? That's basically what it really means. And if that was the question, if people understood it more directly, they would be like, heck no, I give them some of it. I buy them some of that. But you know, so when people say, when they say you shouldn't give people, when they say you shouldn't give people something that you can't go without, like if you really can't afford to loan
your rent money, your mortgage money, your car payment.
But some people do because of the simple fact.
They try to be good.
They trying to be good people.
Whatever they call it.
And hoping and trusting that the person they giving the money to is going to do right by them. I didn't have that happen before where people be like, I need to really borrow some money. I really, really need to borrow some money. I'd be like, okay, now, this is coming from my car payment money that I'm paying you. Because it bees times like that. You know, it bees times like that. Growing up in the hood, we was always living paycheck to paycheck. So it wasn't rare that I would see somebody loaning people money. It was more of an issue of people getting their money back, and then somebody else, well, you shouldn't have lent it to them if you didn't really have it to give. But when you see people in need, I mean, some people just have good hearts, have big hearts, and they just trusting that you will do right by them and not burn your bridges and give them their money back. I mean,
now soon here I'll be able to do that because my blessings, my greater is coming. I know that, and I don't mind helping nobody. True enough, but like if you tell me you're gonna give it back to me, and you don't, that's like my mom said. Don't be no bad paymaster. But once a person, you know, they do that. I don't know. Don't judge a book by cover. Don't get it twisted. Just because you got me once, you won't get me again. I tell you that. So don't think that. Now my heart is good, but
should you still be cool with them? Like say you loan somebody,
we be cool, but you can't.
Say you loan somebody like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And I'm gonna want that. I want that back.
How good of a relationship can you really have with somebody when you know they basically used you?
I got this answer.
And took advantage of you. I can't even look at you the same way.
I got the answer.
I'm like, here she come. That bitch on me 25. It would just always be up here.
And that's where
you ain't even put me on no payment plan. I can't even get $5 a week. You know how my grandma used to say back in the day when we was growing up. Grandma used to always say, a bill collector could never garnish you as long as you send them at least $1. If you send them $1, and I'm like, Grandma, for real, $1? She said, you send them $1. You sending them $5. You send them something every time that bill comes around. Not talking about the light bill or the gas bill because you send them $1.
You gonna be
stinking with a flashlight, walking around with a little flashlight in the dark, like
in the dark and thirsty. or smell it.
Lord
I'm gonna
Jesus,
be fine. I
buying
don't know.
water at the grocery store, trying to cook and, splash some water on you to take a
bird
bath. Everybody got to share the same water in the sink. Don't try not to
I
get
saw
it too
on
dirty.
Cheapskate, on World Cheapskate. What is that show? What they all use the same bath water?
Cheapskate? Oh, I ain't never seen that show.
I forgot what the whole. Come on, be able to, but it's gonna be money that if I don't get it back, I might feel some type of way, and I might need to pray a little bit about it. But
I'm gonna have to pray a lot. If it's a lot of money, I'm gonna have to pray a lot.
I'm gonna tell you something. If you lost somebody, say $3,000,
let's say 3,000.
People get bold, and it depends on where you at. Now, if you all up in the thousands or even more, and this person don't pay you back, 9 out of 10, you ain't got to worry about how you gonna act or talk, or you ain't got to worry about how nothing's gonna be around them, because for one, they gonna avoid you.
Uh-huh.
I was avoided for $15 by somebody.
$15?
And like 9
That's
out of 10, after I found out that I really had forgot.
Yeah, because
I hadn't
15
seen him in
is
so
like,
long.
15 come and go all the time. So,
But I'm like, $15, I ain't even see you. Was that it? So I guess, I'm going to be honest, I guess they feel like the mothership came in and bought them, what they call it, a monetary blessing.
Mm-hmm.
So they up and said something to me, but you think I didn't take that 15? Y'all, you better know I did.
Exactly.
But I had really forgot, and I was wondering why sometimes when I did see this person, it was like dang, what I do to you? I ain't seen you. But like I said, I took the 15 and a few extra.
Yeah, see that I can deal with that. I remember one time, somebody in particular, we never throw names on this show. We might tell you stories, but we never throw names. But they had always borrowed money from me. And it was basically, I wouldn't even call it a borrow. I would just say ask. They would say borrow. In my mind, I'm like, ask. They would say, can I borrow? In my mind, it's like, can I have? Because I never got it back.
And that's what they say you're supposed to loan
it was like,
you need back.
That's what I was just saying earlier. Yeah, people
yeah.
say you shouldn't give out what you can't afford to give out.
Yep.
But
you can't afford it, yep.
So, when they wouldn't pay me back, I'd be like, oh, well, it was only like, it wasn't nothing to brag about. It wasn't nothing that's going to get me put out my apartment or my house or nothing like that. So I would just be like, okay. And they come back again. I might say something like, dang, didn't I just, okay, here you go. The last time, or the most recent time was probably like, I don't know. It was probably last year. One of the same persons, and they asked me for something. Well, they said borrow, of course, and in my mind, I'm saying have, because that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna have it and never give it back. So I said, you know what? Take this. Don't worry about paying me back. Don't worry about paying me back. Don't worry about paying me back. Okay, that now, because of the fact that I've been letting them borrow, or should I say have, for a long period of time. And it wasn't nothing, it wasn't like no huge amount, but it started to add up.
Right.
Into a huge amount. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like I gave them a huge amount up front, but it started to add up over the years, and this person never giving me my money back. And, but this last time when I said, take it, don't worry about borrowing it, take it, that was my last time.
Yeah.
Because the title of the show is, how much is too much when it comes to supporting family and friends? And at that time, I was feeling like I was being an enabler. Like, they not being able to... Okay, it's a person who doesn't find it very tasteful to work. Let me put it that way. I'm trying to put it the nicest way possible.
With that one.
They scared of a time clock. And so, but you that person, you be like, man, they really need it. They ain't got it. They really need it. They I need to buy this for bus tickets for work. I need to get to a job. They ain't going to no job. I know this. But, so that last time, I was like, just keep it. Just keep it. I think they understood at that time
That was done.
that it was a wrap. And that was about a year ago. I haven't heard anything from that person. They never offered to give it back to me, even though I told them to just have it. They never offered to give anything else back to me that I gave them over the past time. I don't even care. I don't want it. You know, just understand that I'm not the person you're gonna come to anymore. You gotta find somebody else. You gotta find somebody else because I can't keep supporting you.
Right.
I can't keep supporting you all your life. I mean, see, that's why I said sometimes it's too much. Even though you want to be like the good person, the good Samaritan, to take care of someone, sometimes we be enabling people. What you say, Mama Sislo?
I know that's right, Mama Sislo.
She said a job tastes better than starving. For real though. I'm like,
I know that's right.
I'm so serious. And I remember one time I had loaned some money to somebody, and it really was part of my bill money. They didn't pay me back. And guess what I had to do? I had to turn around and ask my parents for some money. And guess what I heard? Rah, 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 rah. Why you
Mm-hmm.
You ain't supposed to. I'm like, well, they told me they was going to pay me back.
Mm-mm. But if you borrow money from a person that borrowed money from you, they don't pay you back. But boy, you would think you got a heart. Got their heart the way they be acting. Mm-mm. I don't really know how to go down with that one. That's why I was like,
And I got a story for y'all. Ooh, I just realized the light ain't even over here facing us. Dang, we was all dark. Y'all ain't even say nothing. Like, y'all ain't said we can't see y'all. The light was facing the total opposite way from us. I just realized it looked like, I think because the sun started going down, and I realized it was getting dark in this kitchen. But yeah, it's like, man, I remember one time, I know somebody who always take in anybody. Whether it's family, friends, not so good friends, not so close of a cousin, not so close, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody comes up and say they need a place to stay, they like, sure, come on in. And every single time she would allow somebody to stay with them, they would take advantage of her. They wouldn't do anything. They wouldn't pay bills. They would always mess up her house. And when it was time to leave, you darn near had to call the cops to get them out the house after they've been staying there for months and months and months. And just don't want to leave. And then the cops, you know how it goes with the cops. Well, have they been staying there this many months?
Oh, yeah, because they're
a resident. If you stay in somebody, and see, that's why you got to give them. When you let somebody,
that's why I say people always say, like you said, you
like
always say, come on in and stay. No, you got to say,
okay, listen.
You can stay 30 days.
From here to there.
And then on that 30th day, on that 29th day after midnight, that 10th and 30th, you got to go. Because people, and don't just verbalize it no more, because they don't really mean it.
Let's write it down.
You got to write it down. You better text message. You better have it on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Make a public post so everybody can see it.
That's such a just got to roll.
I got proof. All these people that seen this post, no.
I'm just saying, but I know that, I watched I forgot what that show is. Okay, I like a lot of reality TV and talk shows or whatever them shows is. But it was a show where he had a lot of out-of-state properties. So when he went to his property, he walked up and he was paying somebody that was living in that state to tend to his stuff. And so he kept getting all these notices from, like, just say the state of whoever.
Uh-huh. So
once he was able, he went to the state of whoever. And he walks up to his property. He said he was just knowing that wasn't his property.
Uh-huh.
So he gets in there and on the sun porch, from the pictures that he was getting shown by the person that was supposed to be tending to the property, what it was is, you know, how you take pictures and you could just keep showing like the same thing, but it ain't actually the today picture or whatever.
Oh.
So the man said when he walked up there, he was like, he noticed ain't his property, but the state or whoever was telling him how overgrown stuff was and how people was coming in and out and they didn't know what was going on.
And so the person who was running the place was sending him fake pictures, like pictures of the house before
and
all
he
that
sending
happened.
them whatever he thought, because the property was vacant. But he was just thought he was paying this person to keep it up in case somebody wanted to, to be
and they
ready.
did a bad job.
So when he got there and he went up there, he was like he just the man was blown away, and we looking at the TV. Me and my son was laughing, but it wasn't funny because it did make you feel some type of way,
Yeah.
He walked up there and the sun porch is a huge.
Mm-hmm.
All these washers and dryers and like some was working, the sun was broken down. So as you see in, some big burly looking man, the man comes up to him and he was like, as you come out and you tell your story to the people.
He came out the house like he was.
No, when the owner came in through the sun porch way, he was going. You know your house. You walk in, so out of nowhere, here come this man, and asking him what is he doing there? Because if you look at the person that approached the owner, you would be like you could tell the man was dressed. They weren't dressed the same way anyway. Long story short, but what it was is, this man comes to his property finally after years, though. And he already
should have been checking on
his
property.
But he going off of this person saying they sending him pictures, so he's sending them money for taking care of it and stuff. Your upkeep. Thank you. So when you do get there, he get confronted by this man. So then he got to call the police, and so then it wasn't just that. As you go through, it was like curtains, but some was like in a room. It was like, say, a curtain this way and a curtain that way. So that made 4 rooms, like say in here, and then 4 rooms in there, or however many they could say. So
it was
these
like a whole bunch of people living in there.
What they call squatters.
Oh my God! And they were separated by curtains.
Just living in there. But what the man was saying was when he walked up, I was like, that laundry. It was like a laundromat because of the way. And that man had
because
years.
all the people that live in there, they probably needed like 3-4 washers.
He had years of going back and forth to court, and then he went from property to property, and the person that he was sending the money to,
he probably was getting rich like a fat cat. He probably was taking all that money.
He was taking that money
into his own household,
and wasn't doing jack for this man's properties. And when it got to like anytime when the city say, if you don't do something by say Easter Sunday or something, they coming and they gonna and if they gotta do it, they're gonna charge this, they're gonna do that. So that's when he finally decided to come. I felt in a way I felt bad, but then I was like, even though somebody doing something for you,
should have been checking.
You still once and again, I don't care what, you still should go there. But they had set up house, and he couldn't just put the people out. That's what made me
because they are a resident. After they've been, and a lot of people know that they smart and they know if I stay in this person's house long enough, even if I ain't doing nothing to contribute, they can't put me out, because when they try to, they gonna say they get mail there, how long they been living there. Okay, they are a resident there.
Now, I don't know if these people was getting mail and none of that kind of stuff, but they had been there, and the neighbors was complaining, and trash and all the stuff outside just had got a hot mess. Mm-hmm. But that's one of the things that is true. Even I know people have properties and stuff out of town and been inherited and all that kind of stuff. You may live somewhere else or whatever, but still check on your stuff. Don't always go out, because the way the world is now, people can say they one place and they be another. Mm-hmm. You never know what's going on with your stuff. And like how it was a lady working for a realtor company, and they told her she could stay in one of the houses until they didn't give her no deadline, I guess, And so once the realtor company started getting bought by other companies, that was, I guess, one of the houses that fell through the crack. Mm-hmm. So eventually the lady had been there so long that they didn't want to come for her. She lived there 14 or 20 years. I'm gonna try to find it on my phone to show you. She lived there for a long time, and then here they come finally. I guess this house pops up And when some other realtor company found it, now they want to tell her she got to leave.
Wow. Well, you know what? There's a story. When my son, what year was this? Last year. I think it was last year. He turned 21.
Mm-hmm.
And his friends, like some of his friends had moved in. It was like one main friend and a couple of other friends had moved in with that friend. And then they had asked my oldest son, would he move in as well? Well, like, hey man, you want to come kick it with us and, stay here and we got a nice crib and, all this and we can all split the bills and whoop, 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 whoop. And I told my son, now this is from experiences from when I was growing up in the hood and living here, living there, staying with 4, 5, 10, 11 people and everybody's supposed to split the bills. And I told him, I said, you know what? My wish for you is that when you are ready to move out, like after college, whatever, and when you are ready to move out, that you get your own place, your own apartment, your own bachelor pad, and you first experience what it feels like to be on your own. I mean, like the one big goal that a child should have after graduating high school, going to college if they want to, is their first place. Like your very own place. Like you leaving your parents. No more rules. No more coming in a certain time of night. No more mama nagging you about your bedroom or did you take the trash out or, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You should want to have your own place. And that was like, that was my dream when I was a young adult, a new adult. And so I told him, I said, I want you to experience that because I didn't stay with people before and sometimes it can lead to bad fights. It can lead to best friends turning enemies, all that kind of stuff. And so he was like, he listened to me, even though he really wanted to do it, he listened to me. Why? Not even a month later, one of the friends of his hit me up. And when your child been friends with somebody for so long, sometimes they call you yours. Mom. And they was like, Mom, can I please stay with you? I need somewhere to stay. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Didn't y'all just get this nice house that y'all just moved in? This nice fancy crib and all y'all paying bills and whoop. And he's like, well, we getting put out. I'm like, what you mean you getting put out? How you getting put out, y'all? It's full, y'all. Go ahead, you can get a water out the fridge. I'm like, how it's like 4 or 5 of y'all in there, and y'all getting put out because y'all can't. What's going on? What's tea? And so, come to find out. And then besides that, I was like, why can't you just move back home? I'm like, why can't you just go back to your mama house? And I know his mom, we real cool. I'm like, why you can't just go back to your mama house? And he's like, because I don't want to go back home. I'm like, well, you know what? Go home. I'm telling you, go home. Go home. Your mom is going to let you come back home. Nah, she probably going to let me go back home. I'm like, you need to at least try to go back home to your parents. And the only reason why I said this, not that I love all my son's friends, especially the best friends and all that kind of stuff. I consider them like, sons. And I told him, I said, you need to go home. I said, because the one thing about it, when you tell me as a young adult, as somebody who's like 19, 20, 21, 22, a fresh new adult, when you tell me you can't go back home because you don't get along with your parents, how do you think that makes me feel like you would be in my house? Yeah. Because my kids, we don't do that. I tell you to wash dishes on your day and you don't. I tell you to take trash out on your day and you don't. I tell you to clean your room up and you don't. See, we don't do that around here. You gotta have your room clean, do your chores on your chore days, and then you can go and do whatever you want. Go hang with your friends, go hang with your girlfriends, stay up and play video games or whatnot if it's not a school night. I mean, you are free to do not whatever you want to do, but you know what I'm saying. If they
But
want to
take
hang
care of
out
your
with their
business
kids, right?
first.
Take care of your business first. We don't do all that. And the back talking and all that kind of stuff. We don't do. Never have, never will. And I have a 22-year-old and an 18-year-old. And they will tell you, we don't do that. And why? Because they like to have their freedom. They like to be able to have their phones, their electronics, their TVs, their PlayStation 4s, they beat boss beats, whatever you call them, things that they got. I mean, all they stuff. They like having all they stuff. For them to continue having all they stuff and using all they stuff, they have to follow rules in the house. So if you're not doing what obviously you're not doing what your mother wants you to do at home. So I don't want you to come here because what's gonna happen is you let your child close friend move in with you, and they gonna do something that you not gonna like.
Then it ain't gonna be close
and
no more.
They might not remain close to your child for too much longer, because the same way I treat my children is the same way I'm gonna treat you, and the same expectations I expect of them is the same expectations I expect of you.
Good night, Mark. Thank you for joining us.
Good night, Mark, and I'll be looking forward to your first introduction video Monday on your new channel. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for calling as well. Again, it's always good talking to you. But yeah, so I told him, and then I called his mom. I told his mom what happened. Exactly what I thought what was going on. He didn't want to do chores. He didn't want to do this. If you don't want to do chores in your own mama house, why do I want you to come stay in my house? Because just because you ain't my blood, you gonna be on the schedule with the chore schedule. Let's see what day. You Mondays, you Tuesdays, you.
I would say we was bad at the chart thing.
No, I tried that chart thing. That don't work.
I think it just came like your kids' art when they make that. Oh, look what little Johnny made. That's what it became on my refrigerator.
And then January been the past, February, the calendar's still on January. It's now December, and the chore chart is still on January. Like,
ain't nobody wash dishes. Ain't nobody. So I just say, and it work. It seemed to work for me, and it still do.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it don't get too bad, because I ain't never let it, and I'm going to be honest. But my mom used to say, start at the front door picking up things. So what I do is I tell everybody, if you want it,
you better come get it.
And if it's yours, I'll pick it up. Because we did not come home and say, oh, you see my so-and-so? Because my daddy is
it probably be in the trash.
You better know, especially if he done had enough.
I had to threaten mine with that before. I'm telling you, if I tell you
it worked on
so many times to pick up this and it's still not there, and you find it in the trash, Mama, why you throw away
my other shoe at?
That's my favorite shirt.
Well,
why I got one Jordan?
It stayed on the floor so long, you mustn't. It ain't too much of your favorite. Yeah, you better call Michael Jordan for the other shoe. You'll be like, what the? And
he gonna charge you another $200-something for the.
Your mom was gonna throw that one away there.
You just can't buy one piece. You can't just buy one shoe. You gotta buy a whole new set.
One thing I learned, I mean, and that is good. My daddy was like, while cleaning up, and how he used to say, and like under the bed. Now I keep a bunch of stuff under my bed still to this day, but it is organized. It is in the shoe boxes, and it's like extra like stuff I done bought, like pots or something I want to put everything out at once because I'm gonna be honest. I throw something quick away. So, but my daddy would take the broom. I done seen him do it and just go. What the world is that? You ever seen your folks?
I know exactly.
And don't let them have to get down. Oh, my mama, they was a team. That's one thing I remember. My mama and daddy was a team. But my mama, one time we came and I was like, what the world is my mama and them doing? My daddy was out. My dad looked at bed. My mom took that broom and it just said,
he held the bed up, and we done that before. I know exactly. I tell my son, hold the bed up in the air, and we just sweep all under the bed. What is all this stuff under there? Okay, ain't nobody doing nothing. Ain't nobody going nowhere. Give me your phones. What's all this under the bed?
We couldn't grab nothing. I used to be like, but like it was like more stuff towards the front of the bed. I had a problem with as always lining something up just so easier for me to get it.
Right.
And it was because I think because we shared rooms and me and my sister. So it was more of like, okay, I sleep on the front of the bed, so this is where my stuff gonna go. You put yourself at the bottom because we always had the bed against the wall. So whoever slept where, that's if you slept on the back of the bed, the bottom of the bed where your junk went, and they always see something. So I guess it was like did something to them. So they was like Bonnie and Clyde. Let me go over here. Come on. I told them to get this up. They go upstairs. You be like, no, don't throw that away.
Too late.
So they'll do it, or you'll come home from school it's in the middle of the floor. You're like, oh my God.
No, like that used to be a pet peeve because when I was growing up, my mom, I mean, we might not have had the newest fancy TVs or furniture or, I mean, clothes. I mean, we were really, really low income. Like, really low income.
But y'all had love.
We weren't on the streets. But we live hand to mouth. I'm not, hey, you know, I ain't shame of it. It ain't shame of it. But I appreciate everything that has happened in my life to bring me to where I am today. It teaches me how to budget. It teaches me how to go without. It teaches me how to appreciate everything that I get, you know, everything that God blesses me with, and not to take stuff for granted, because I remember those days when we would like be just living hand to mouth. But what I'm getting at is, no matter how much we didn't have, if our furniture came from a thrift store or whatever, my mama kept that house so spick and span, you couldn't get no dust off no table on your finger. I mean, the curtains and the blinds and we always had wooden floors.
And you wouldn't have knew it.
You wouldn't. I mean, she kept the house spick and span, like, and so once I had kids, I knew automatically what. See, and that's what's wrong with a lot of people. A lot of females grow up and they had their kids just tearing up the house, leaving stuff all over the place,
or they grandson.
food all over the place. I mean, just in general, just they didn't make them clean or teach them how to keep a clean house. Then when they had their kids, dude coming over looking at the house like, dang, girl, what done happened up in here? Like, that is, if you can't keep a clean house, that's a problem. And if you have children that do not try to clean up their rooms and stuff when you tell them to, that's a problem. And we might not have had the best of everything, but I know that our house is supposed to look clean. And one thing I always tell my kids is, you never know when you might have a visitor or a guest. So the living room, the dining room, the kitchen always needs to be clean. Yeah, always. I ain't saying we gotta run around here like a Mary Maid, like we getting paid to clean, and it's totally spotless. But nobody should walk into your house and be like, damn. What's going on in here? Now they get a little leeway with their bedrooms. With their bedrooms, as long as I can go in there and I can walk around the bed and I ain't tripping over this, that, and the third, and it ain't shoes and clothes. You know, they get a little leeway in their room because that's their room. You know, that's your comfort. That's your comfort zone. But it better not look like no tornado that hit that mug, you know, from back in the day. Them bad old tornadoes that we done had up in here in the old, you know, back in the day. But, you know, so they get a little leeway with their room. But you have to appreciate what you got. No matter what your house look like, you take care of it, because like that Bible verse says, if you do not appreciate the small things that God bless you with, then he ain't gonna bless you with the bigger things that you pray
that's
for.
true.
So that's all I gotta say about that. That's all I gotta say about that. But you had me going, you talking about sweeping under the beds. I was like, oh my God.
You be like,
I remember them days.
You like, this, what's this? That motion, like.
And they throw away everything that they see, especially if they told you to pick it up several times or put it away. It's on the corner on Wednesday. It's sitting outside waiting on the trash man on Wednesday.
Like, I told y'all. I told you.
For real.
We're like, throw my throw away.
But yeah. But again, yeah, the whole reason that I had thought of this topic today was because of listening to them ladies arguing at work.
I think
over their
it's
kids.
on how you do with your kids, but if you ask somebody for help or opinion or anything on something, do you want the truth or do you want what makes you feel good? It's a lot of times So sometimes if you just want somebody to listen, I think we need to speak up on that and be like, I just need to vent about this. I really, honestly, not trying to be
and I'll sit there and listen.
Yeah. You know, you ain't trying to be a jack A about it or nothing like that, but you know, sometimes you go to somebody, you talk to them, then if you want feedback, let me know. If you want me to listen, let me know.
Right.
But once you tell me, you know, ain't like I'm ready to tell somebody else because I really don't. I mean, I'm too old for that now for one. But still, like, if you come to me and you just want to vent, cool. If you come to me and you ask me what I think, you want the truth because that's what I prefer to give you. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to make you feel better or nothing because obviously if you thinking that it's not right, then it's not right. Mm-hmm. But one thing is I tell anybody, help whoever you choose, but help them with a whole heart and a good heart. Mm-hmm. Don't help to have something to talk about because what you got today, you may not have tomorrow.
And when you do help somebody, you ain't always gotta
tell everybody.
I mean, it's okay to tell. It's okay to tell situations like whenever we talk about something on here, it's not necessarily to bash people. It's to tell our experiences of things that we've been through and things that have happened to us. But when like in real life, what you say? Oh. She reading an inbox message I just got on Facebook that popped up on my computer. Somebody said they forgot to give me $5. They owe me. Like, are they watching the show?
I'm gonna need that. We're gonna need that.
Hey,
thank you.
Hey, homegirl. If you watching the show right now, this is not nothing we talked about. I forgot all about that. I'm up here like, what you talking about? She said. Oh my God.
What did it say?
Oh my God. Hold on. Let me respond to her. Hold on. Let me get rid of these. I'm going to pull up my inbox.
Ty, you wild boy. Oh, no, baby.
But, no, that wasn't, yeah, here's the cake that I made for her.
It look good to me.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm responding to this message right here. Okay, so I responded to that message. I was like, if she watching, no, I don't think she's watching. I think she just sent me a message saying she owe me $5 because she's supposed to, the person who just inboxed, she's supposed to be at a birthday party right now, so I know she ain't watching me on live. So, but that's why I just put that disclaimer out there. If you is watching me, I'm not talking about nobody who owes me money right now because if you owe me some money, I forgot about it. But yeah, when we tell about stuff, we're never going to mention anybody's names or nothing like that. So when you do something for somebody, like in real life, don't post it all on Facebook and don't like when we talk about like to friends and family. Oh, I helped such and such with such and such with such and such. Like one time I was at a grocery store. Matter of fact, it wasn't even a grocery store. It was Family Dollar. And there was a guy who had this little girl. The girl was so cute. You know how you see those kids? They so cute. Mm-hmm. You just want to take them home and play with them like their little baby doll. I mean, she was so cute. I couldn't help looking at her hair, her dimple. She was just so cute. And I was like, man, when she get older, you better have you a shotgun because them boys gonna be like, hey, but no, she was so cute and so pretty, and I was like, you know how you play with little kids, hey, how you doing? What's your name? Hi, you just playing with the little kids. She looked like she was about 2 or 3. And so, but old enough to walk. And then he had another child in the grocery cart. And that child looked like it was probably about 1. Mm-hmm. So the other one looked like it was about 2 or 3. And the other one, Anywho, we was in a Family Dollar. And I was in one lane. And he was in another lane. So our backs was back to back. Because, like in Walgreens, mm-hmm. how they have those lanes. You be facing this way and somebody behind you facing the other way. At the mm-hmm. other lane. Yeah, so we was like that, like back to back. And I had overheard the cashier lady say, your car's not working. And he was like, are you sure? Try it again. Please try it again. And he had like all kind of stuff in the cart that he was trying to buy. And it was already bagged up. She had already bagged it up, because they bag the stuff up while as they go. And so she tried again. She's like, no, I'm sorry, sir, your card got declined again. He was like, man, oh my God. He was like, man, oh my God. He said, I'll just come back or something. He was like, you know what? Never mind. It was just like, and then I turned around and I said, honest to God, on my mother's, she's up in heaven. So honest to God, I turned around and all I said was, I'll pay for it. Mind you, I didn't know what was in them sacks because all the sacks was already bagged up. Mm-hmm. I didn't know what was in the sacks. And I don't care if we at the dollar store. There's some things in the dollar store that cost way more than $1. So I didn't have no idea what was in his sacks because I didn't pay attention to him at all. I was like talking to this little girl that was standing there, mm-hmm. while I'm bringing my stuff. Like, hey, cutie, whatever. And so she was like, oh, okay. And the guy was like, oh, no, are you sure? And he was like, he didn't want to accept it, he's a guy. Right. Probably pride. He's a guy. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, yeah, sure. Just let me finish doing what I'm doing over here. So I finished paying for my stuff. I turned around. This was a while ago. This was probably 5 or 6 months ago, last year. And so I turned around and the lady said, because she had, I think she had canceled it. Yep, she had canceled it. And she had to ring everything back up because she already canceled the order. And so she rang up everything and just ding, 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 And then she was like, okay, the total is. I had no idea what he was buying. So I didn't know how much I was offering. You know what I'm saying? But I saw him, the little girl, I saw the daughter, and I could see the frustration on his face. And it didn't seem like, because why would you go to the store and purchase something if you know you don't have the money on your card? You know what I'm saying? Right. So it seemed like it might have been a mix-up. You ever go and your card don't work and something happened. You done forgot you did something or you're not just up there trying to get over. And so I was like, okay, how much? It didn't even come up to that much. It was like, I don't know, maybe $18, $20. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that much, but I had no idea how much. I didn't know what was in there. When she started ringing up the stuff, it was like spaghetti. It was spaghetti sauce. It was bread. It was washing powder. It was stuff that people need. It wasn't like some random stuff that you just want. And that you just might want. It was like sugar. It was essential stuff. And everything in that cart, it looked like he was about to go home and make a meal. Oh, yeah. With exactly that. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, I paid it. He was like, oh my God, I appreciate you. Oh my God, you are a blessing. I was like, it's okay. I didn't have people be there for me. Mm-hmm. So, again, I had no idea. He could have had $100 worth of stuff. And on that counter in the bags, and I wouldn't even know, but I was like, okay, I just got paid. My bills is paid. My bills already paid, and God is continually blessing me. I'm not rich. By far. I could use a little extra help every now and then, mm-hmm. but I knew at that time that whatever he had on that counter, it couldn't have been no thousands of dollars. So I knew that I could afford to take care of it for him. And I didn't have that happen to me before, where you be in a line and you accidentally forget your money at home or your card don't work, and somebody be like, I got her stuff. So I just did it just on the whim, and I was like, that was the first time I ever.
Right across the street from the store. I did,
girl,
not couple, but before.
But see, I done it before, like where you know exactly what you paying. Like, say you heard, okay, that'll be $8.99. Oh, I'm short a couple of dollars, and I'll be like, hey, here's a couple of dollars. I done that before, but to totally say I'm paying his bill and I had no idea how much the bill was. I was like, Lord Jesus. After a while, I thought about it. I'm like, oh shoot, I wonder how much his bill is. It hit me after the fact. But then when it was all said and done, it was only like $18. It wasn't even a $20 bill. And I was like, oh, I'm thinking in my head, oh, regardless what it was, I would have paid it. Even if it was 20, 40, 60, 80, I was going to pay it. And it was just, I was like, this, you never know. That man, that might have been that meal that he absolutely needed to take tonight. Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, so, I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up on the comments.
One time I went to lunch with these people and I took the Walmart card out, but I wasn't thinking that because you only could use it at Walmart,
right?
But I just thought it was my regular.
It was like a gift card or something.
No, and it's the Walmart, the credit card.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
at Walmart,
like Target, Walmart. Yeah.
Yeah, so I ain't thinking. I gave it to the man and he went. He came back. So he passing everybody's out, but mine. And he walks up to me. He was like, "Your card was declined." I was like, "What?" So I was like, because I just paid. I was like, I just paid them. And I looked, girl, why was
You're
it
not in the camera.
Oh, sorry. I looked, and it was my Walmart card.
So you was trying to pay your bill?
But I thought it was
card.
my regular debit card because it was right. It's only them two. I was like, what the? Who just got paid on this card? So I'm like, oh Lord, my money. When I looked at it though, I just started laughing. And it was the first time, of course, I went out to lunch with this group of people. But one thing I can say is, one of the ladies, she was really nice. She's like, oh, you can use my card. And then I was like, no, I got it. So I had to take the right card out, my debit card actually out, and give it to him. But instead of that card, they was just right there together. That's what happened. But one lady did say, she was like, no, you can use my card. So after everything got paid for, and we squared away whatever. I turned around and I told her thank you. I said, well, girl, if I knew you was going to volunteer now, I'd have ordered up some more stuff.
I know, that's right.
But at that time, I wasn't embarrassed, though, because I was just like...
I've been embarrassed. I remember going to the store and just totally didn't have nothing on me. I'm like, I forgot my wallet. I'm driving without no license, without no credit cards, without no cash. And I'm in the lane and somebody said, I got you. I was like, oh my God. I was so embarrassed because I'm like, could you just leave this stuff in these sacks? Have you ever had that happen before? You just leave the stuff right there. I promise I'm coming right back. I'm going home. I'm going to get my wallet and I'm coming. Don't put my stuff back on the shelf. Because then you got to go back to the
right
store.
Across the street from me,
yeah. So
when I did it that day, I said I'd be right back. I said don't put it back. Just leave it right here.
Right.
And I'm driving. I'm gonna drive right there, and I'm gonna come right back. Get back in there. She gonna say, "Oh, I just you put it right as soon as I left, because I'm only going. I probably could have ran across the street.
Yep.
But I was just like,
yeah.
Be like.
But that's basically what that's what happens sometimes, and you just go ahead and if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. Not saying we got to be Captain Saver for every person that we see, and that's the thing. You don't want to ever feel like you got to be Captain Saver for every, particular thing, because if you can't do it, if you don't have it, then don't just be like, I can't.
Okay.
Just be like, I can't.
Sorry, Black Jerry. I'm not sure what you want.
You can't do it. So a lot of people say when it comes to supporting your family and friends, if you can't go without it, then do not loan out money or give out money or anything like that. If you can't do without it. But again, it's like, what do? You know, sometimes you just feel sorry for people. Sometimes you just feel sorry for people and you just feel compelled to help. And if they burn you once, then you just know. Next time they need help, you can't. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, hold on 1 second. Well, okay, everybody, we done been on here for almost 2 hours discussing supporting family and friends or being the one on the receiving end of, of family or friends. We want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight for our live review on this topic. Again, you guys, make sure you definitely subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you can get all of our future notifications. And also, please make sure that you give us a thumbs up on this video. Thumbs up. Please, we need likes. We need likes. We need likes. So make sure you give us a like on this video. We really, really, really do appreciate it. And our channel is very new. This is only our second video. So we know that in time, we will get more subscribers, we'll get more viewers, but in the meantime and in between time, we do appreciate everybody who is supporting us on this channel.
Thank y'all.
Thank you very kindly.
Good night.
Good night.